diaphragm. What cavity am I in now? Well, I'm really more in abdomen than abdominal pelvic, but yes. All right. Do you see this ligament right here?
Yeah, I see that ligament right there.
All right. The ligament. When I take you to the lab, I'll take a liver out and show it to you. It's bigger on us. But the ligament that comes from the anterior surface of the liver is called falciform ligament. All right? The falciform ligament. Yes.
Will these things are tagged on the practical?
Falciform ligament can be tagged.
Can I see it?
So falciform ligament. At the end of the falciform ligament, I'm going to take the pin, go all the way down. I might take one out when I have time. But at the end of the falciform ligament is something called the round ligament. All right? The round ligament is the obliterated umbilical vein. That is very important. That's going to be on it. I'm just going to say it. It's going to be on the exam. All right? The round ligament is the obliterated umbilical vein. Obliterated means it's the remnant of the umbilical vein. All right? It's the closing of the umbilical vein. Because that's from fetal circulation. We don't want that to stay open when we mature. The round ligament of the liver, I'm going to make sure to say round ligament of the liver, that's the full name of it, is the obliterated umbilical vein. Yeah.
Well, is it only women?
Because fetal circulation is different than when you become an adult. And you can have problems if those stay what's called patent or open. All right?
So it is the
It's the obliterated. Obliterated means the remnant of the umbilical vein. All right? So we have the falciform ligament, all right, that comes off the anterior surface of the liver. It suspends the liver to the anterior thoracic wall, all right? At the end of that same ligament, at the end of the falciform ligament, is what's called the round ligament of the liver, all right? Round ligament of the liver is what? Umbilical vein. Make sure umbilical vein, umbilical vein. If you just write down umbilical vein, that is wrong. You need to put obliterated umbilical vein so that you understand that it's no longer open. All right?
because at the end of the round.
The round ligament is the obliterated umbilical vein, and it's found at the end of the falciform ligament. This is all in the book. This is all in the book.
She done said it like the fifth
This
time.
is all in the book.
Where?
It's all in the book. All in the book. Okay?
I don't have
All right.
work, so.
From there, how many lobes of the liver are there in the cat? Six. Okay, so you have the left. I know. You have the left anterior lobe. Okay. Next to that, what divides the left anterior lobe from what's called the quadrate lobe is the falciform ligament. All right. So the falciform ligament divides the left anterior lobe and the right side of the liver. All right, it divides it into a left half and a right. All right, they call this quadrate because it looks like 4 squares. All right. Okay. Quadrate lobe. Before I move on, in between what's called the quadrate lobe and the left anterior lobe is where you find the gallbladder. Right anterior lobes. Thank you. Yeah, if I misspeak, just correct me. All right, so quadrate lobe and the right anterior lobe, you find the gallbladder. The gallbladder sits in an area called the cystic fossa. So if I ask you, the area between the quadrate lobe and the right anterior lobe that holds the gallbladder is called what?
Cystic fossa.
Cystic fossa. Or if I say, what structure lies between the quadrate lobe and the right anterior lobe? Gallbladder. Okay? When you hear cystic, that means it's associated with the gallbladder. Cystic duct, cystic fossa, associated with gallbladder. All right? Okay. Yes. Okay, so, quadrate lobe, right anterior lobe. If you can just put your finger on, just gently. Yes. Okay. Next one. So this is right anterior lobe. This is right medial lobe. This is the caudate lobe. All right? Caudate lobe.
No, throw them away.
Yeah, I mean, I can spread this out.
No.
So it looks like that picture in there.
No, it's in your
Okay.
clothes. Are they dirty?
I can even take this stuff out if I want to. We have more than enough cats. All right, this is actually a continuation of caudate lobe here. This is the, what was this?
Left.
And then what would this one be?
Left posterior.
Yes. All right. So that's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Left anterior, quadrate, right anterior, right medial, caudate, and this is the. Very good. Okay. Thank you.
So, it's not called right posterior.
No. This one down here is the caudate lobe. The caudate lobe comes around, and you see this little part of it
Well, there's a right medial and there's a
over here. Okay.
right. Then there's the caudate.
Okay. Next.
Doesn't need this.
Okay, let me lift this up.
You gotta do it again.
What structure am I holding right now?
Stomach.
Stomach? Alright, so then what's this structure?
That's
That's the esophagus, okay? So here's the esophagus. Alright? What empties into the esophagus? I don't ever, let's clear this up.
no.
I don't ever want air and food mixing, if I can prevent it. Because what would happen? I would choke, right? Or when they say someone aspirated, that means something that's not supposed to go in the airway went down, all right? So aspiration is not a good thing, all right? So what empties into the esophagus?
Pharynx.
Well, I don't want food. I want pharynx, right? What are the 3 parts of it? I have a nasopharynx, an oropharynx, and a laryngopharynx. What that says, they're not separate structures. It's just telling you the regional area of the pharynx. All right? So always remember, pharynx means food. PH, food. Larynx, la 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 la.
Voice box.
Voice and what? Breathing. That's how you can separate those. All right?
So pharynx empties into the esophagus?
Yes, pharynx goes and continues into the esophagus. All right? Esophagus, once you're in esophagus, it's pretty much the point of no return. Okay. When I'm in pharynx, I can still kind of bring it back up. All right. So here's esophagus. To this side of it, that right there. Yeah, be very specific though. Yes, so this is the dorsal aorta. The other way I can tell is you see these little blood vessels coming off of it to feed into the anterior thoracic wall. I know it's a blood vessel then.
I can't see it, Shay. So if I do this,
Okay, so this is dorsal aorta.
okay.
And you see these little blood vessels coming off to go into the anterior thoracic